My mom neglected me and ditched me for her new family, so I ditched her too. I haven't said anything to my mom about me leaving, but I find it really hard to do because my sister is outspoken. Everything she hears and sees she tells, so I decided to tell my sister I'll be leaving for a job that I was offered. I am going to tell my mom the same thing if she asks. My mom didn't see me moving my stuff out, but she did notice some of my things missing and asked about them. I told her I sold some of my things to make some quick cash. I just got a little bit left to move out and I'll be done moving my things. I actually asked a friend if I could leave my stuff at her house and she said yes. Some of you are probably wondering when I'm leaving for the Army. It's on the 23rd this Friday. Some of you also ask why the Army and not the Navy or Marines or Air Force. My friend who let me leave my things at her house has a grandpa who was in the Army and he convinced me to join the Army. But if things don't work out for myself in the Army, I'm going to join the Navy or Air Force or Marines. June 20th, 2023. Today my bio dad called me and said that he got out of prison 2 weeks ago. He's living in his parents' house. My grandparents, when they passed away, they left their house to my dad. So I went to see him. We had a good conversation. He apologized for not being there for me. I told him if he's truly sorry for not being there for me, he should make up for it by being there for me now. He told me he was going to try his best to be there for me and that he got a job in construction. I told him I was going to the Army and he broke down in tears and told me he was proud of me. I couldn't help it and cried as well. It was a very emotional moment. I told him because he hasn't been there all my life, I'm not going to call him dad just because he's my bio dad. I'm going to call him by his name. If he wants me to call him dad, he has to earn it. He told me, that is fine. I plan on going back tomorrow and be there for a while with him. Of course it's going to be after he gets out of work. Edit, I am already ready to go. I am here in my biological father's house. My mom doesn't know I am leaving for the Army. The only thing she knows is that I moved out of her house and am staying with my biological father. I left a note telling her everything about how she has treated me, except for the fact that I'm going to the Army. I am going to call an Uber to take me to the station where I'm going to get picked up by a bus and then take me to the Army. I also forgave my bio dad for not being there for me, but I also told him that just because I forgave him doesn't mean I'm going to call him dad. He has to earn it. So I started calling him by his first name, Matthew. Yes, that's his real name. I could see it in his eyes when I called him by his first name that he was hurt by it, but he accepted the fact that he wasn't there for me growing up. And these are the consequences, but I also told him I'd give him an opportunity to redeem himself. Let's see if he really is sorry and regrets not being there for me. I don't know if my mom has read the letter because I'm not there to see her reaction. I did talk to my sister who's 10 years old about me moving out because I got a job. She was sad, but she said, "Are you going to come and visit us?" I told her yes when I had the time. She was 9 before, but she's now 10. This past weekend it was her birthday. My little brother is still too young to understand things, so I didn't tell him anything. He's only 4 after all. But this was the escape I needed from my terrible mom. I should call her by her name instead since she was never a mother to me.